All right, everyone. This is Tasha Hodes. Welcome to Forex for Beginners. It's 6 o'clock Eastern Time, so we'll go on and get started. I want to welcome everyone to Epic Trading. This is an amazing company. We're only 1 week into our pre-launch, and I am just floored by all that I've been able to learn in just 1 week. So we'll do this class every Tuesday, once a week, and it's to help you guys get set up in your demo accounts. We recommend that you start trading in your demo account so that you can have um, a low stress environment to practice taking your trades. The money will be a fake account, and we'll
Hello,
show
this
you
is
how to.
Marcus. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Okay, I'll continue. Go into the chat and let me know if you can hear my volume okay. If my volume is fine, put a 7 in the chat, please. Let's do an audio check. Perfect. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. All right. Welcome, everyone. Great. Just wanted to make sure you could hear me well. Okay, so we'll do this class on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. We'll help you get started in your demo account. Your demo account is what we recommend to get started taking practice trades. Fake money, a fake account, you can make as many mistakes as you want. Really just get comfortable with knowing how to enter the trades. We'll show you an example trade alert and show you how to enter that into your phone. And once we're comfortable there, okay, great. Once you're comfortable knowing how to have your demo account set up and knowing how to take the trade alert, then we'll practice. Let me go back to the Epic screen. Yeah, then we'll go back and practice Trading View. Trading View is where traders go to mark up their charts. It's where you can get set up to see if there's a good trade that you should take. Okay, so Forex is very exciting. It can be like learning a foreign language. So that's why we want to do this introductory class. Because we're all brand new to Epic, we'll start off, Marcus, you may want to check your audio settings. There should be a way that you can connect to audio. And yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on with your settings, Marcus. I am recording this class, and let me paste in the chat again my YouTube channel. So each week I'll post this call in its entirety to my YouTube channel. And then I like to do short 2 to 3 minute videos as well, so that you wouldn't have to go back over the entire class. So there in the chat is my YouTube channel, and you'll start seeing videos that apply to Epic. All right. So we're looking at the company website now. So professional. So just to give you a highlight of everything that Epic has to offer. Epic University, because we're in pre-launch, the creators, our 6, 7, 8-figure traders are still loading all of that material into the back office. So just be a little bit patient. It is coming. But let's skip down to the live trading sessions. There are 3 live trading sessions every day through the week. The first one is 7 a.m., and that's going to cover your New York session. Then there is a night session at 9 p.m. that covers your Asian session. And then you have a 2 a.m. Eastern London session. So no matter where you are in the world, hopefully there is a trading session that you can dial into. All of those live trading sessions are recorded as well. And what's so exciting about Epic, in addition to the 6 and 7 and 8-figure traders that we get to learn from and take signals from, but the classes are also broken up into beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So Epic University, which is coming, the Epic Trade Alerts, Oh, this is probably one of the most exciting parts. So, once you're comfortable taking your trades in your demo account, I can show you how to connect to a live account. You'll make your first deposit of roughly $100. Some do a little less, some do a little bit more. And you can take the trade alerts from our 6, 7, and 8-figure traders and actually make income. So that's pretty exciting. Live trade sessions, and then the fundamental analysis, market forecast, all of that good stuff is coming. The closer that we get to the official launch date of October 1st. 2-week syllabus. Coach Max is amazing, and she, along with the other traders, have created a 2-week time frame that if you really wanted to just tackle this thing straight on, you could be in the markets in just a few weeks. But Epic is designed for everyone. If you're limited in time or you want to go at a much slower pace, there's no rush. Take the 2-week syllabus and absorb it in bite-sized pieces until you're ready. Stay in your demo account for as long as you feel comfortable. You want to feel confident and ready when you're ready for your live account. And also the 20 pips and dips trade strategy, which was designed by Coach Max herself. So lots of good things to come. It's only been the first week, and I'm amazed at what I've learned already. Just to give you a quick intro about myself, Tasha Hodes, and I'm in Atlanta, born and raised in Atlanta. And I've been trading pretty much 3.5 years now. You're gonna laugh. My first 6 months, I did nothing but study videos. I studied, and after 6 months, I thought I was ready for my demo and live account and realized I did not have a trade strategy. Isn't that amazing? I studied the world of Forex for 6 months, yet I was unable to take a successful trade after that. That's why I'm so excited to learn about, to learn what these 6 and 7 and 8-figure traders have to offer. I am now a profitable trader. I was able to turn that around with lots of help from lots of mentors, and I've learned lots of different strategies. So now I really just want to help you guys get set up. So welcome to Forex for Beginners. So typically what I like to do in these types of classes is go over some information for maybe the first, maybe the next 20 or so minutes. Once we hit about 6:30, 6:35, depending on how it's flowing, we can open it up for Q&A. You guys can ask your questions, and I'll do my best to answer. So that's what we'll attempt to do, that kind of flow. Hopefully it works well. And I see a message in the chat. Yeah, Perry, it's good to hear. I don't feel as bad now. Still trying to understand since I started 4 months ago. Yeah. Take your time, Perry. My goal for trading is for trading to pay the bills and for me to be able to leave my 6-figure job. So I'm in it for the long haul. I couldn't wait to join Epic to see what is it that these 6, 7, and 8-figure traders can teach me that maybe I don't already know. And like I said, I've been floored just by the first week alone. So I already have a few of my favorite traders, but there's such a wealth of information here. So really excited. All right, y'all. So what I'll do, now that we've gone a little bit over Epic and everything that it has to offer, I'm going to switch screens and talk about how to set up your demo account. So allow me to change setting up your demo account. Now remember, all of this information is going to be shared on my YouTube site. So if I go too fast, don't worry, you can listen back to it as many times as you need to. So setting up your demo account. So what I'm going to show you is, hey Shannon, how are you? What I'm going to show you all is how to get things set up on your phone. There is a way to download the trading app and get set up on your computer. However, the setup is just a little bit more complex. And so there's already so much stuff, so much information that we're throwing out at you. I think that starting on your phone may be the easier way to go. So we had a request for the YouTube channel, so I'm going to paste that in the chat, no problem. All right, so as I said, you want to start in your demo account. We don't really recommend that you start in a live account. Why? Most of us have never seen this trading app before. We've never entered in a trade. So give yourself some wiggle room, time to make mistakes, figure things out before you start your live account. So when it comes time for your live account, we partner with brokers to actually take our trades. So we don't take the trades alone. We partner with different brokers. So here is a list of some that the traders have vetted and said, you know, these are pretty safe to use. For purposes of these demo classes and this intro for beginners, I'm going to show you all the screenshots you'll need for Hugosway. You don't have to use Hugosway. I just wanted to pick one so that I could answer all the questions and show you all the screenshots that you would use. So in terms of your demo account, you can have, you know, one or more. Most of us have accounts with multiple brokers. So I'm going to show you how to set up your demo account using Hugosway. So at the very top, here is the URL that I want you to go to. So if you just go to hugosway.com, more than likely you're going to create a live account by mistake. There's no clear-cut path in terms of how to get to the demo area. So just use www.hugosway.com/demo-sign-up. This is what you'll see when you get there. Let's make that a little bigger. Okay, so you want to fill out your first name, last name, email address. Make sure it's one that you can access. For leverage, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but 500 is a good, safe leverage to use, also for your live account as well. And then for your balance, you want to choose the smallest value there, which is 1,000. A lot of times you'll have options for a $10,000 account, a $100,000 account, and that's fine for practicing. However, you know, when you start with your live account, it's probably going to be $100, $150, even $50. So this $1,000 figure is just a little bit more realistic. All right. So once you fill out these fields, click on submit and then check your email. Hugosway will send you a confirmation email and it's going to look like this. You want to pay attention to the demo account number. That's going to be your login on the trading app. And then pay attention to this trader password. That's going to be your password when we log into our trading app. This investor password, you won't need that at all. It's only going to give you read-only access. So make sure you use the trader password. Now, MT4 is the app that we use to take our trades. It's short for MetaTrader 4. And what's really convenient is if you pull up this email on your phone, and then you can just click on the appropriate link, depending if you have an Android or Mac or iPhone, and then just download the software right there on your phone. So 9 times out of 10, I trade on my phone. I find it really convenient, especially if I enter a trade and I may take an errand to the grocery store. I can check on my trade, modify it, close it while I'm gone. So I think it's a huge advantage to get set up trading on your phone. All right, so by the time you finished this set of slides, you would have created your Hugosway demo account and downloaded MT4, which stands for MetaTrader 4. All right, give me 1 second and I will show you the next step. Absolutely, John. That's the next step. I'm going to show you exactly how to enter the values in. But before we do that, I'm going to show you how to open up MetaTrader 4 and connect it to this demo account that you just created. Let me give my screen a chance to catch up. All right, so the next step is to, let me try that share again, new share. There we go, connect the MT4 to your demo account. So first I'll go through the steps for the iPhone, and then we'll go through the same set of steps for the Android. So on the iPhone, open up MT4, this is what you'll see. Now, if you look in the bottom right, that settings app, that settings icon, you want to click on that. Then you want to click on new account. And now you have two options. MetaTrader 4 will actually give you a demo account and you could bypass the broker altogether. That option is fine. The only thing I don't like about it is that it sets you up with an account that's $100,000. And that huge amount is just, not very realistic. Plus, this way it gives you practice with interacting with your broker, which you're going to have to do for your live account anyway. So we're going to select this second option, log in to an existing account. So click on that second option. And for the server, we're going to type in, you're not going to see anything on your list probably. Type in Hugosway. And every broker has one that they use for a demo account and one that they use for a live account. So for your demo account, you're going to click on Hugosway-Demo 3. So once you do that, now it's going to take you to the login page. Now, what you're seeing on the left was that confirmation email that Hugosway sent you. So that demo account number, that's what you're going to type in for the login. And then the trader password, that's what you're going to type in for your password. Make sure this save password toggle is set to on. That way you won't have to type it in anymore. Then click sign in. So that's how you sign in on the iPhone. Now let's go through those same steps on the Droid. Okay, so you have an Android, you open up MetaTrader 4, MT4, this is what you see. You want to look for this in the upper left corner, 3 short horizontal white lines. It's called the hamburger icon. Click on that. Then you'll click on Manage Accounts. Then you'll click on the white plus icon in the upper right corner. Okay, once you do that, then just like we did for the iPhone, you're going to click on Login to an existing account. You're going to type in your broker, Hugosway, and select Demo 3. And then just like we did for the iPhone, pull up that email from Hugosway. Your demo account number is your login. Your trader password is your password. Make sure save password is checked and you won't have to worry about entering in those characters again. All right, once you've gone through those steps, you are now ready to take your trade. So give me a second and I'll share the next set of slides with you. All right, so we have created our demo account. We have downloaded MT4. We have opened up MT4 and connected to that demo account. Now we're ready to actually take a trade. So for our example, we're going to take a trade on the Forex pair CAD JPY, okay? CAD stands for the Canadian dollar, JPY stands for the Japanese yen. So let's go through the steps on the iPhone first, then we'll come back to the Droid. So you open up MT4 on your iPhone, just like we did before, and here are your list of pairs, but you don't see CAD JPY. What do? If you don't see the pair, then click on this blue plus icon in the upper right. And we're going to select FX crosses. So this is where you choose if you're trading a stock, you could click on stocks. If you're trading a crypto pair, which we don't recommend for any beginner. So stocks and energy metals such as gold, we want to kind of stay kind of basic. So if you just click on FX cross, you'll see all your Forex pairs here. So here's CAD JPY. It's the fourth one down. So you're going to click on that green circle, click on done. And now CAD JPY is going to be at the bottom of your list. Hold it down. And when you do that, just hold it down for, 1 to 2 seconds. And now you're going to see this screen. You're going to click on trade. This is your little pop-up menu. Click on trade. And now here is the screen where we actually enter in the values for our trade. So I know this may be the first time that you've seen this, so I'm gonna, slow it down a bit. So take a look at the right. Here is an example trade and what it will look like. So once you get connected to the trade Telegram, at some point you're going to see some trade alerts that come in. So let's walk through what this trade looks like. I'll explain what these parameters are, and I'll show you where they go right here on the trade screen. So remember, we're trading CAD JPY, and it's a buy. So when you place a buy, you're expecting price to go up. So here is our entry price, 76.50. That's the price that the currency is, and that's where we're going to take our trade. So now we have, let me make sure everyone is muted. 2 things that we need to go over, 3 actually. Stop loss, take profit, and our lot size so that we can make sure we're doing proper risk management. So let's talk about the fun part. Let's talk about the take profit. So we're in a buy, we're expecting price to go up, and at some point, we're going to be happy with our profits and we want to exit the trade. So that's why we set a take profit. A take profit says, I am happy with my trade. MT4, please take me out of the trade. I want to take my pips and go home. I am happy with my profit. That's why we set a take profit, because price in the market is not going to go our way forever. So at some point, we just want to take our profit and exit the trade. Now, on a trade alert, you may see a take profit 1, a take profit 2, a take profit 3, sometimes even a take profit 4. So these are different points where you can exit the trade. Now, here at Epic, you will hear the term pip and dip a lot. When you pip and dip, that means you may take 15, 20, 30 pips, take some quick money and get out of the trade. And this is why your demo account is so important, because you get to learn what type of trader you are. If you are low risk and you want to pip and dip, take your pips and go home, then you're probably going to stick with take profit 1. Now, if you want to stay in the trade a little longer, have a little bit more patience, little bit more risk, then you may stay in the trade past take profit 1 and shoot for take profit 2. Now, if you're really, really patient and or you want maximum profit, then you're gonna ride the trade out for all the pips that you can get. If that's your style, if that's your personality, you're gonna go for take profit 3. I'm somewhere between a take profit 1 and a take profit 2 type of trader. Okay, so it's rare that I stay in for take profit 3. But this is where your demo account comes in, and you can practice and see what you're more comfortable with. I find that when I choose take profit 1, I can relax a little bit. You know, I have faith in the trade. I'm not watching my phone every 5 seconds. That's how I kind of know I'm in a good spot. Okay, so I typically go for take profit 1 and sometimes take profit 2. Now, that's the positive scenario, right? But what happens if price begins to drop and it's not going our way? So as price begins to drop, it's not going our way. Now we are losing. Here is where the stop loss comes into play. The stop loss says, okay, MT4, if price falls this far at this price, take me out of the trade. Let me cut my losses. I accept my loss, but I want to protect my account. I don't want to just keep losing indefinitely. That's how you can blow your account. If, let's say, you take a trade, you say, oh, I trust it. It's not going to hit my stop loss. You don't set it. Life happens. You're away for 30 minutes and you come back and you see the unthinkable. So as a beginner, always, and this is for everyone, always make sure you have a stop loss so you can protect your account. By setting your stop loss, you know how much you're going to risk before you ever enter the trade. And as we get a little bit into some more classes, I'll show you how to know exactly how much money you're risking for every trade. But for now, for this first class, just know that you want to have a stop loss. So regardless if you're buying or selling, you want to set your take profit, 1, 2, or 3, and you want to set your stop loss. So now let's go back to this iPhone screen to see where we enter these values. So for the iPhone, here's your stop loss. All you do is take your finger and place it in that field, and you can modify it. So you'll take the stop loss right from the trade alert and just type it in. Then for your take profit, you're going to have to pick one, put your thumb there and just modify it and type in your take profit. Now, the last thing we need to do before we hit buy or sell, we need to talk about our lot size. So this 0.10 number, that is the lot size. So the general rule of thumb is use 0.01 and for 0.01 for every $100 in your account. So whether it's a demo account or whether it's a live account, 0.01 for every $100. So if you have a $100 account, your lot size would be 0.01. $500 account, your lot size would be 0.05. So for these demo accounts that have $1,000, we can use 0.10 for our lot size. Why is the lot size so important? It dictates how much you make every time price moves a pip. So I don't want to give you too much for this first class, so I don't want to overwhelm you. So definitely come back next Tuesday and we'll go into more specifics on the lot size and how to calculate how much you can make or lose. But just know for now, 0.01 for every $100 in your account. So you set your lot size, you type in your stop loss, you type in your take profit. The last step, we're going for a buy, hit buy, and you are in the trade. So just FYI, you can come back in and modify this stop loss. you can come back in and modify the take profit. But once you hit buy or sell, you are in that trade. And the lot size, you cannot modify. So that's why it's important, again, to have a demo account and practice putting that in correctly. All right, we're almost done. And then we can go into the Q&A. Let's go over the same steps for the Android. So you open up your Android, you open up MT4. We are taking a CAD JPY trade, but you don't see CAD JPY in your list. Hit the white plus icon in the upper right corner. And notice now it says FX group. So it may either say Forex, it can say FX group, it can say FX crosses. Really just depends on your phone and what version it is. But we're not doing crypto, we're not doing indices right now. Those are not necessarily beginner friendly pairs, okay? So click on FX group. Once you find CAD JPY, hold it down. All right, and so now you get this menu. So notice it's a little different than the iPhone. The iPhone said trade, I believe. So for the Android, it says new order. So that's what you're going to click on. And the screen looks a little bit different. The lot size is the exact same like the iPhone, but there's no field for stop loss. There's no field for take profit. There's no label, rather. So you'll just have to know that this black number to the left, that's where your stop loss goes. And this black number to the right, that's where your take profit goes. So you'll take those right from the trade alert in your from your Telegram. Okay, and the very last step, you set your lot size, stop loss, take profit. We're in a buy, so you click on buy and you are in the trade. All right, now I know that was a lot of information, so let's move into Q&A. Depending on how the questions go, we probably won't get to TradingView for this very first class unless there are no questions. Gina has a question in the chat. Can you please explain market execution, buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop? So Gina, that's a great question. To keep it simple for today, when you get a trade alert and they give you an entry and it's market execution means you are going to enter the trade right now. So when you press buy, wherever price is, that's your entry. If you're doing a sell, wherever price is at the moment you press the sell button, market execution, wherever the market is right now, that's your entry point. Sometimes there are cases where you want to wait for a certain condition to happen. So if price goes a little higher, then you want to place a buy. If price goes a little lower, then you want to place a sell. So all the ones that you listed, buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop, those are all pending orders. They're all in the pending order categories. And so what that means is something very, very specific has to happen before your trade will execute. Okay, a request for my YouTube link, absolutely. Oh, another great question. Are all the brokers listed available regardless of where you live? Unfortunately, the answer is no. A lot of the brokers have geographic restrictions. The best thing I can do is recommend that you just go to that site for the broker that you want. And based on where your computer is registered, they won't let you create an account if your country is not on their approved list. For the most part, you shouldn't have a problem Yeah, we have lots to cover in these intro classes. We'll talk about your live account, how to fund your live account. There are different ways to do that, some easier, some harder. Um, Instant execution is the same as market execution. Um, For the Bahamas, I'm not sure. Coach Max likes Trader's Way. I like Hugosway. So any of those reputable brokers you should be okay with, especially as a beginner and just trading the Forex pairs. The brokers are kind of like grocery stores. You know, everyone has their own little angle. I like Hugo's Way because sometimes I trade crypto pairs, sometimes I trade indices, and those not all brokers have those. But as a beginner, you should be okay with Trader's Way or Hugo's Way. Okay, so you guys feel free, come off mute, talk to me, let me know what you think so far. If any of you have already started the process of doing your demo account or entering a trade, if you have any questions, feel free to
Hi,
talk.
Tasia.
Hey there, it's Tasha.
Hi. Oh, Tasha, I'm so sorry. This is
No
Perry. Hi.
worries. No, yeah,
Hi. Yes, this is the exact part where I'm stuck at, so I haven't even started with the demo yet. So I
sure.
I think it's starting to click just by the way that you're talking about it, and I appreciate it.
Mhm.
And so what I think I'm understanding is for the entry, like this example here, if we were going to buy, they will enter at the 76.5. The stop loss is where we will put where we want to kind of say if it hits that point, we want them to stop.
Yes.
Um, so what I'm seeing now is because when I'm looking at buy, I'm looking at the trend going up. So I'm thinking the numbers should be going up. So it's going from 50 to 30. So that part is confusing me. Is it going lower when you do the stop loss?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
And you know what? Who's speaking?
it's Perry.
Perry, yeah.
Mhm.
Let me I want to illustrate
Oh, okay, cool.
this
Okay.
example for you. So I am going to share, we won't go into trading view too much, but I want to show you an example because it will illustrate better the stop loss and the take profit. So give me 1 second. Let me clean up my chart a bit. I am going to share my trading view screen. I won't go into too much detail today because I don't want to overwhelm you, but I want to give you an example. And Paul, I will get this uploaded later tonight by in the morning, worst case scenario. So we are looking at Euro USD. And let's say that I'm going to use these arrows. Let's say that I entered in a sell trade here. So let me type. Here is my entry. So I entered the trade here. Now, because I am in a sell, my take profit, maybe it's down to, let's say here, this next zone. So I'm going to mark take profit. Sometimes you'll see it shown as just TP. So in this case, because I'm selling, price is going to decrease. So where is my stop loss going to be? My stop loss is going to be above my entry, maybe here. So stop loss, sometimes you'll just see it as SL. So in this case, if you are, and let me modify this entry to say sell entry. So here is where I'm selling. My take profit is here. So in this case, 1.1799, that could be my entry. My take profit is going to be lower, 1.17, maybe 67. But my stop loss, because if price doesn't go my way, what if price rises instead of falling? That's why my stop loss is going to be below.
Okay, the light bulb just came on. Okay.
Awesome. I knew if you could see it, it would
Oh,
make it more clear.
thank you so much. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, what I'll do, let me move the chart over and show you another example. What if I want to see when price is going up? Here we go. Now, let's say I want to do a buy trade. So let's say I enter here. So this is my buy entry. And for a buy, we want price to go up. So my take profit is going to be here. So here's my take profit, or what we call TP for short. Now, what if price does not rise? What if it falls? Well, the way you protect your account is to have your stop loss below your price for a buy. Stop loss SL. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. So when you are buying, your take profit will be above and your stop loss will be below. When you are selling, your, move those over. When you are selling, here's your entry, your take profit is below, your stop loss is above. So Gina is asking to please demonstrate setting up a future trade based on an alert. That's going to be a pending order. And what I'll do is get some slides ready and we'll cover that on Tuesday. Yeah, because it's a little confusing. Question?
Yes, it's Gina. I was just gonna say, the way you had it displaying on the cell phone just now, and that's why I asked about the market execution, sell stop, and all those things. Because when you press market execution, the list comes down. So, like in a future trade, what would
Yes.
you put? Because there are 2 buys and 2 sells. So.
Yeah. So what that means in a diagram will make it a lot easier. Let's say, let me delete this. Let's say that, so I'm looking at TradingView and right now, current price is at 1.17668. So here is current price, right? Now, let's say that I expect a reversal. So right now we are trending down. Everyone can see that, right? We are in a downtrend, but I'm expecting price. You can kind of see it now. So just to let you know, the general, most candles by default, a green candle means price is moving up and a red candle means that price is coming down. So what you're seeing here is that price is starting to push up just a little bit. But if I'm going to take a buy, I may not be convinced that it's reached its reversal point. So maybe I want to say if price gets to here, then I want to put in a buy and I'm going to make my take profit be here. So if price continues up, then I'm going to do a buy stop. If price stops here, I'm going to do a buy, and I'm going to take my take profit here. So Gina, that's an example of how you would do, or why you would do, a pending order. You're not ready to pull the trigger on the trade yet. You want to see price do something else, and then you want to enter the trade.
Okay.
Okay, and the alternative to doing a pending order is there are two choices. One, you can just keep watching it and you can just watch it and hope you don't miss it, and just watch it and just watch it and come back to it and say, now price is where I want it to be. Let me put my trade in, right? So that's a pain, right? We don't have time to just watch a chart all day. Another option that you have, and we'll cover this in a later class too, you can set an alert. You can tell TradingView, please let me know when price gets here. And TradingView can email you, it can send you a text, it can beep, it can just shout at you. 10 different ways TradingView can tell you, hey, you wanted to know when price got to this point, now it's here. And that can save you from watching the charts as well. So,
Hey, Tasha, I have a question.
Choices. Yes. Hi.
Hi. In regards to that, what you just said,
Mm-hmm.
I want the shout function. How do you set that up?
Let me tell you. Okay, so who am I speaking with?
Delvani.
Delvani.
I've set my alert.
Yeah.
I set my alert for when it's crossing down,
Uh-huh.
and it entered me in the trade. But is there a way to say crossing down and continue, or crossing up and continue?
Well, let's take a look at what we can do. So one way that you can do it, and this is a little advanced, but let's go for it. Horizontal line. Let's say I want to know when price gets here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to right click and click on add an alert to that horizontal line. So look at all these choices that I have. So when EU, and I'm going to say it's crossing up, right? Because I'm expecting price to be moving up. And now I have some choices. Do I want to know only one time that it hit my line? Do I want to know every time the candle hits the line? Do I want to wait until the candle closes? So you have all those decisions to make. And then look at these alert actions. Notify you on the app. That's going to be a beep. Show a pop-up. Send you an email. More actions. Play a sound. Send an email to text. So if you have all these set, you're definitely going to know when price gets there.
Hey, that play a sound doesn't work.
It works for me, and it's very annoying because look at this. Play a sound. It can be, look at all these choices and look at the options here.
Okay.
Yeah, oh gosh, it's so annoying.
Can we modify those sounds?
Absolutely. There's thin, yeah, I don't think I've played with too many of them, but
I mean, can you input your own sound?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
don't think so. Maybe see, you can get a free account. There may be something fancy with the paid accounts, but when you're just getting started, the free account is probably all that you need. But yeah, play around with these. Yeah.
I'm already paying for it, so.
Oh, I hear you. Can all those be done on the phone, or do we need a computer? So good news. TradingView has an app. You can do everything that I've shown you on your phone. However, I trade on my phone, but I'm using my laptop for TradingView because there's just a bigger screen. But again, if I run an errand and I'm at the grocery store, I can absolutely get an alert on my phone. If I want to go look at a chart to check on my trade, I can absolutely use my phone. So I don't know that I would recommend it day in and day out, but yeah, you can absolutely use TradingView on your phone. How do you set multiple TP? You guys have great questions. So let's say you're in your demo account, because that's what your demo is for, right? To practice different things. Let me go back to my PowerPoint. 1 second. Let's go back to taking the trade. So let's say that I wanted to do 2 entries, because that's the way that you take multiple TPs or multiple take profits. So you can enter in your lot size, your stop loss. And so for your take profit, let's say you do 76.80 and you click buy. Then there's nothing stopping you from doing that again and placing a second trade. But so you have a brand new screen, you enter your lot size again, your stop loss, but this time you enter 77.0. You press buy, so now you have what we call twin traded. You have 2 entries. One has 1 take profit, a second one has a second take profit. So that's one way you can do multiple take profits. I think I'll leave it at that for now, just to keep it simple. Any other questions? Don't be shy. This is your time to ask.
Oh, I was asking earlier, this Perry again. When you put in the stop loss, do you usually do like 20 pips up or below the price?
Yeah, there are a lot of different ways to answer that.
Oh, okay.
Because your stop loss, it depends on how much you can risk for your account.
Oh, okay.
You know,
okay.
if you have a small account, maybe $50, your stop loss is going to be a lot smaller than someone who has maybe a $500 or $600 account.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
You
okay.
know, but and then it depends on what you're trading. GBP pairs typically have huge pullbacks. So this is why I don't trade those pairs, but that's not a very good pair to trade if you have a small account and you're not able to be flexible with your stop loss. So
Right. Okay.
we'll get into more details about that. There's really no one way to answer it, but it really depends on how much wiggle room you have in your account. Sometimes you have to give price a chance to move. I don't know if you've heard of the term, but when you get stopped out, sometimes you can, let me go back to TradingView and give you guys an example. The stop loss it's a really a tricky subject. Let's say we give the screen a chance to catch up. Okay, let's say, let me cancel this alert. Let's say that I wanted to, I can get rid of that. Let's say that I wanted to do a sell here. And let's say that I set my stop loss here. And my take profit was down here. Now, I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see this. If my stop loss was here, when this, and let me do a little shape so that you can see it. This wick that I've outlined in purple stopped me out. Now, did price continue to fall as I predicted? Yes, but if my stop loss was at the top of that green candle, then this little wick here would have taken me out of the trade because price would have hit my stop loss. So yeah, and that's just how it works sometimes. You know, so you can get stopped out and then maybe you could re-enter if you have that much wiggle room in your account. So the stop loss is tricky. The market makers like to throw us off and intentionally throw little wicks up there to make everyone hit their stop loss and then proceed with the move as designed. So yeah, there's lots to learn about stop loss.
Yeah.
Hey, Tasha, this is Giovanni again.
Yes.
Now, when you were talking about multiple entries, like when they send out alerts,
Mm-hmm.
the stop loss always has to be adjusted per your entry, right?
Yes. Yes. So the best way to explain this is when Dominique Fontenot, when he sends out a signal, I'm kind of always by my phone. And best case scenario is he means now. And so I'm entering the trade, within seconds. The problem is if you get the alert 15 minutes later, the question is, can you still or should you still take that trade? And the answer to that question is, how much has price moved from the time the alert has been sent out? So let's take a look at this entry here. So let me type in so that you know where we are. So sell entry. Here is our, I'm going to put TP for short, take profit. And then here is the stop loss. So when Domo sends out a trade alert, he's basing it on where price is now. So his stop loss and his calculations are based on where price is now. If you come along 15, 20 minutes, an hour later, and now price is here, look how much bigger your stop loss is than when he called the trade. So when he called the trade, maybe from the sell entry to the stop loss was 20 pips. But now, 30 minutes later, price is all the way down here. It's almost to the TP. So your stop loss, if you enter in his stop loss, you're at a much bigger risk. And this goes into risk to reward, which I really wasn't going to get into today, but I'll just close the class with this. The distance from your entry to your take profit, that's called your reward. Okay, and the distance from your entry to your stop loss, that's called your risk. So at a minimum, you want a 1-to-1 ratio, which means if you're risking 20 pips, then your take profit has to be at least 20 pips away. So you can just kind of look at this setup and know that this is like, you're probably risking, in this case, 40 pips to make 20. That's not a good risk to reward ratio. It is too late to take that trade. As long as you have at least a 1-to-1 or preferably 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 or higher risk to reward ratio. And we will cover this in depth, I promise you, on the next class, how to calculate your risk to reward ratio, because it's very, very important to know how much you're risking and to go for trades that have that good risk to reward ratio. So we will cover this in depth next week. Can you adjust your stop loss accordingly? You can. However, the market structure, where the candles are, has a lot to do with where the stop loss is set. So, so the question is, well, if I enter down here, can I just take my stop loss and move it down? Possibly, possibly, but as you'll learn, and this is a more advanced concepts, there are reasons that stop losses are set at particular places. So just because you adjust your stop loss, that doesn't mean that price may not still come shoot way back up here and take you out of the trade. So yes, you can adjust your stop loss, but it's not always advisable to do so. You guys have really, really good questions. What are the best pairs for smaller accounts? Ryan De Freitas is going to be on Asian session tonight. And Ryan likes to trade, I'll put it in the chat, AUD, USD. That's one of his favorites. And that's probably a good pair. I've heard other traders mention AUD, JPY as a good beginner pair. That's really a great question to ask on the Asian session, especially with Ryan tonight.
Hey, Tasha.
Yes.
I was told, this is Giovanni again. I was told that in NZD, USD is a good pair because it moves slowly.
Yes.
And per day, it moves approximately 70 pips.
That is good to know. NZD is a little choppy for me. It's not one of my favorites, but I'll say this and then we'll close out the class. You want to pick a pair that fits your schedule. So when I first started trading, I wanted a pair that I could analyze in the evening when I got home from work. So that meant the Asian session, which starts around 7 p.m. So any pair that has JPY in it is great because it's going to move during the Asian sessions. So currency pairs move based on their geographic location. So USD JPY is going to move primarily in the New York session, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., as well as the Asian session because of the JPY portion, 7 p.m. to about 2 a.m. So if you're going to primarily trade and study in the evenings, you're probably not going to pick a pair with EU or GBP because those are your London pairs. So pick a pair that fits the time that you have to trade. If you're able to trade during the day, then a USD pair would be great. All right, y'all. Well, it is 7:03. I've enjoyed the class. Thank you, Rob. I hope that it was informational for you. I will get this uploaded to YouTube. You guys had great questions. Thanks so much for coming out. You're very, very welcome. And I wanted to point out, Ashinda does a top-down analysis class. And it is Mondays at 3 p.m., I believe. I believe it's 3 p.m. Eastern. It may be 2. I'll have to check that. But once you've gotten the groove of the beginner, you may stay here a month. You may stay a week. You may stay 2-3 months. It's totally up to you. But just know that the next step, when you feel like you're comfortable with the introductory, is to do top-down analysis. That is, how do you pull up a pair in TradingView and begin to analyze it to see where you have the trade? So when you're ready for that, I really recommend Ashinda's class. All right, guys, I'm going to get this uploaded probably later tonight or in the morning at the latest. But thank you all for coming, and I'll talk to you next week. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Okay.